Good day and gratitude, family. Yeah, I'm multitasking this morning. Let's get set up here. Let's see where we're gonna go first. Oh, this is live. This here is live, and I want to put it on while I'm watching. Just a little bit.
Include us in this mess. But at the end of the day, Rasha said this is a huge accusation, but they need to also give us the evidence along with the accusation so we can expose it, so we can talk about it, so we can figure out how to stop this. Because if they are using Africa as their medical experiment site, we need to know. We're here. We're the ones that are suffering the consequences. So if it is true, then it needs to be taken seriously. Our lives matter too. Anyways, fam, let us know down below what your thoughts are about.
All over this world, we can't get no type of relief. Just leave us alone. Is it anywhere on this planet that black people can find some peace
You
for
see your
us?
boy Mark Zuckerberg.
But this right here is what I was watching before I saw that video there. And I still didn't get the gist of that, but maybe when I get home, I will watch that again. Because here it is again. It's almost like, to me, the Civil War, we didn't cause it, but it was about us. Everybody, all this madness and chaos, we ain't caused it, but it's about us. Our weaklings out there, our weakest links out there, they didn't cause all this madness. They did not cause all this madness. It looked like it because the narrative been spinned on Black America. But look at what I just seen about, I don't hardly be on Facebook that much. Now that I'm talking to my people like I want to, I'm probably going to be on social media for a little longer, but I want to find us the right place that we need to be, since we are on social media and we are teaching us, we are talking to us, we are getting to the root of our self-hate. So I do want us to be in the right place, because I really had deleted my old Facebook page. What I send this to on my Facebook, it ain't but a few friends and family there. I don't have thrones of, a big social circle on Facebook. But for this purpose right here, I think it's like 200 and something. But for this purpose right here, I am, on Facebook. But Facebook is almost irrelevant now. It's almost obsolete. So let's look at this, what sister is telling us about Facebook. Because with everything else, we got to change our social media too. We got to change what we're looking at on TV. We got to do the same for our internet, exception. What we're doing with the internet. How long we're on it. What we're engaging in. Are we learning anything or just being distracted? Have we achieved anything or we just on there scrolling? Have we filled out an application or, just doodling? So let's see what sister had to say. And I hope she tell us where to go. Yeah, but I did hear her say something about Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg reneged. So let's get into it. But I'm Face the Nation, and we are on Bolden Unchained. Bolden Unchained is here to assist Black America and Black media with the uncovering and the condemning of the many agendas, events, operations, projects, codes, linings, acts, bills, studies. Black America is so many arrows coming at us. Whatever you want to call them, sabotages coming at Black America. And we are in a new awakening. Black America is in another awakening. I don't know. Most people haven't, no one has really told us so that collectively we know what's going on. We getting a feeling, but we so traumatized, we ain't really paying attention to the feeling. We do have our people out here, we finna watch Sister now, that are telling us, but see, we so fragmented. We're not really working as one. We're not really feeding our village, taking care of our village like we should, or we all would be on one accord. That's because we're hurt, we're broken, we're traumatized to the point that we can't even see the worth in each other. We can't even see the worth in our people. Our people today, right now, in all of this hell and horror, got this same magic inside of them. Because we come from our ancestors. We come from our ancestors. Everything that was in them, it's in us. It is in us. I promise you. If we just give us some time, put some of our focus on us, put some of our energy in us. Now, we know them babies running around all day. And we done seen the genius that's right inside of them. They ain't even got to say nothing. We just look in their eyes and we know their little minds just thinking of something. And we ought to start asking them, what you thinking about? Just start asking them, what you think about? I bet you nothing but inventions, creations, ideas, possibilities. We got to open it up for them, Black America. We can't keep it closed because white America going to feel some type of way. We know how white America going to feel. And it's happening anyway. We can't stop the waking up. We cannot stop our people from waking up. If you decide to stay asleep, go back to sleep. If I decide to go back to sleep, because they say ignorant is bliss, it ain't going to stop nothing. Our people are going to still continue with the awakening. But white America is feeling it too. Don't get it twisted. We know about Sabrina. We'll finish her story as we go along and stuff. Because we do got that in the story. Some Black people do got that white woman, Sabrina, on their wall. Because Sabrina gave up her whole race. They decided, her and Jonas, John Hartfield's namesake, that, hey, if this is love, if we're going to do this, if you really feel sincere and you really love me, Sabrina, what we going to do? They decided they going to love and stay together. But what they finna do is teach they kids, they children, and the ones after them, and the ones after them. Don't fuck with white people. Don't you bring a white man or a white woman, a white boy, a white girl up in this house. Talking about we finna be together. This is who I love. And let white America get rid of their damn self since they trying to exterminate us. Hell, can't nobody produce white but white and white. Let they asses produce each other. Because, see, they could have been sincere with Black America. They could have been sincere. So what? You'd have had a little tint to you. You'd have looked it good. You want to go in the sun, don't you? Ain't that what they always say? We want to go in the sun. We see them running, half naked. Red as hell, peeling. So what is it that they want? So at this point right here with this awakening, it ain't no excusing. Ain't no sugar no more either. We ain't sugaring shit. Not no more. This it. This the last of it. Shit, what you scared for now? We are at the end of it. Any day now. We finna look out there and see robot Sophia. The robot might be running beside the white people, getting a tan, burning the hell out of them. We don't know because we ain't suspecting nothing. We think we as a people are okay, but we're not. We are not okay. We're going to get into it. Yeah, this a reading class, but sometimes we talk about what we reading. Yeah, I ain't did a syllabus. This curriculum right here is right off the top. It ain't had no planning whatsoever. I ain't planned nothing. but just trying to get here. Jumping ditches and going through trees and stuff and holding branches out the way, looking for my glasses because I done dropped them just to get here. So it ain't no curriculum. What you suggest, I'm taking notes on that because we're going to get to that too. This might be the wrong book, but when I see you again, you'll let me know if this is the right book about Clody. I think you said that was the last slave ship. But see, yeah, this curriculum right here, this syllabus, we finna write this together. Because don't get over here and act like, we can just sit and listen to a good story. I love to be read to. I like for people to read to me too. But sometimes you got to help read. Sometimes you got to help read. That's how you learn to read. That's why I read certain stuff over again. Because I'd be like, no, I didn't catch that. I don't know if you did or not. But let's try to catch some of it. We will be reading some things, most more than less, repetitiously. Because some stuff, we really need to learn it. We need to dialogue about it together. At that point, we all will be on the screen. Like the 13th Amendment. Family was just telling me about the 13th Amendment. That's something we're going to read and learn it together. We all going to be on the screen so we all can dialogue about it. We can critique it because we got to start using these laws to protect us too. And I used to listen to one of my mentors, not an elderly, but it's one of our mentors, critical thinkers, and has so much information, y'all. We're going to get to all of that because that's the way we'll be able to decide. See, this right here is not enough to decide whose side we on. It's not. Maybe I thought it was, but it ain't. We got to use everything to make this decision because, see, we traumatized. It's easy for me. It came to me. This is enough for me. Face, you ain't got to slap me. You ain't got to kick me, pinch me, bite me, cut me, for me to see that you don't fucking like me. You anti-me. So, for me to be reading these things, and I didn't even know nothing about them, honey, I'm just like my mom. Love everybody. Yeah, I'm going to give you $2, and I'm going to give you $2. All right, I got it. So, you want a cigarette too? Well, I'm going to give you a cigarette because I got it, and I'm going to give you $1. And it with my mama. I can't help you. I won't hurt you. I don't know. Be me, she was just fair to everybody. She must have didn't know how deep it went. My mother must have didn't know how deep it went. Or she would at least probably been telling me that we need healing. You need healing. But see, ain't none of our elders and parents and grandparents telling us about this. Very few is telling us about this because they know the importance. They know history can repeat itself. See, our motherfucking ass. We think we so sure that white America love us so much, they will never, ever let this happen to us again. And that's a motherfucking lie. Because if white America felt like they would never let this happen to us again, honey, they would be out there fighting more than we fight. They would be out there making sure. Now, you can teach everybody else, but your ass is finna teach these black babies. See, that's how we know their ass is not sincere with us. They asses would be voting for nothing but give them their reparations. Repay Black America what you own. Repent and repay. See, that's how we know. But now, what we get on the other hand is the white Karen. Sabrina too. Even though Sabrina did that act, she denounced her whole race. So that white people go on and eliminate yourself. The rest of the colors, the rest of the world, maybe then other people can love the parent of people. Because from what I see, It ain't none but white America done did this whole thing to black America. Black America. That's why we in this mindset that we in now. It's different. We're different. They're different. I don't know. Come up with your own analogy and tell us. Mine's everything don't make sense to me to hardly nobody. Because ain't nobody looking through the lens, the spiritual lens. The cosmic lens. That's above man-made anything. Cosmic energy is above anything that man can come up with. Mankind done did this. Mankind done evolved life. So it ain't evolving life, ain't us with no robotic cars, poisonous food. Come to think of it, who really got to eat plants and vegetables while we talking? Who really got to eat plants and vegetables? And who really got to eat meat? We just not the same. I know. It's deep. Whenever I come on, it's going to be deep. Because it is. And we got to go there. We got to go there, Black America. Ain't no getting around it. I don't know, hell, it confuses me too. That's why I'm really trying to understand this, trying to understand this, trying to get us the hell up out of here. We all are. We all are. That's what we say. That's what we're doing. You see us. Hell, and I just got here. So yeah, this me. We'll get to calmer waters once we deal with the hurt first. Because it's hurting me. I don't know about nobody else. I don't know how long you gonna hurt. Just try to get through it. We got to get through it because it happened. And we just want to make sure it don't happen again. And with the bad, we got to learn the good, the greatness. Look at them. Look at them faces. Some of us know who half of these is. Let me see, who do I know? There's Rosa Parks, Frederick Douglass, right there. Martin Luther King. I see Harriet. I see Sojourner. Who is that? Charles Drew. That's one of our ancestors. That's one of our scholars. I wish I knew so I could write their names right around them right there. Because see, when our ancestors come back, we got to know who they are. I know. We thinking that, Jesus Christ coming back and stuff. And that may very well be. Because Simeon Toko said he was coming back. And said he was coming back and there were going to be others like him. We're going to watch his story soon. Too. Because I believe in it. I sure do. Hell, y'all wanted me to believe that Jesus Christ, the white man, the only white man that came from over there were close to the sun. Almost by the sun. It was so hot over there and stuff. But y'all want me to believe that that's where he came from. Want me to believe that he is the savior for all people when he wasn't even the first people here. I mean, the chronology, the chronological order. I do struggle with it now. But the common sense, before he even was born and Mary had him, we was already struggling. We was already going through. And then, after he was born and he received his powers and stuff, why he didn't save them babies at least? Why John Hartford had to be done like that? What? Make it make sense. Because it don't. Now, Black Jesus, the way they did him, just tried to just kill him and take him out and stuff. He said he was coming back. And he coming back for Black people. So this other Jesus, I called his name yesterday, Cesare Borgia. He ain't coming back for us. That man coming back for, what was that man named? William Joseph Simmons. That's who he coming back for. And I don't know, Black America, maybe y'all can willingly intentionally. Keep lying to y'allself because we don't want to tell ourselves the truth. But right now in this awakening, you shouldn't even want to. You shouldn't even want to. Do you know white folks is coming out the woodwork telling black people how they feel about us? Yeah, just wait. It's going to hit you. It's when you get to where you're supposed to be other than here, you're going to be like, dang, Face was right. Some of them begging and pleading. Please don't go, don't leave. Some of them like, oh yeah, we couldn't wait to tell y'all how we feel about you. Cause see, they feel an awakening happening with us. Trump done fucked everybody's mind up. Everybody here damn near full of rage. And you know, it's just so much going on. We can't do nothing but just grab onto black folks. Let's go. Like the great Exodus. It is time to go, Black America. And we got to go together. We got to go together. Y'all seen how the herd and this red, don't take it personal and stuff. Everybody run together. It's time to go. So I don't know what it's going to be like. But I know we better not stay here and wait on it. We sure don't. We better know who the enemy is. Hell, our weakest links, hell, lead their ass over there. We got to lead their ass over there. Sure do. We can't bring our weakest links with us. With all this murder, violence, chaos. They can't come with us with this mindset. I know it's your son. I know that's your baby boy. And your baby girl that's out there just wreaking hell and havoc. I know. You ain't got to tell me the hurt you feel. Black America. To know we're going to have to leave some of our loved ones behind. Just like our ancestors. What was his name? Jim Grant. They hung him for, he had a white girlfriend. And they said he raped another white girl. And they went and got him and hung him. But they sent for his daddy. And made his daddy watch while they beat him too. And they hung him up. And when they hoisted him up on that tree, and you know he was going through the cutoff. And they made his daddy leave. Get your ass out of here before we string you up too. It's worthy to be known by Black America. I know we got some that don't want to talk about it, don't want to address it. We at the point of crisis, no return. Mankind needs us. Humanity needs us. See, mankind done had us from the very beginning, since they stood up. We're going to read about the Caucasus Mountains too. It's so much we didn't learn. But in my opinion, since they stood up and started walking, they done had us. But we ain't had us in a long time, Black America. We ain't loved us in a long time. Just hug ourselves. Shit. Oh, I knew it was something one day when I was just walking. I just put my arms around me. Just hug ourselves. Not pat us on the back. Hug ourselves. We're hurt. We're broken. Hug each other again. Half of us, some of us, I don't even know our name. I be out and about and stuff. We know each other. They probably know me. Oh, there go Face. They probably know my name. But Air is sister. My sister. My brother. Yeah. When we form that bond together and we get to talking and learning and teaching each other, then we know our names. And then you sister. Yeah. Sister Face. But until then, I greet everybody. Sister and brother. It's about our greeting each other too. That's very important to us. That's important for us. Marvin Gaye said he wrote that song. I read it somewhere. Heard it in a documentary or something. But allegedly, and it's probably true, I believe it, he wrote that song, What's Going On? Or What's Happening? Because black people was always saying, what's up? What's going on? What you know? What's good? What's going down, brother? Because, you know, we asking each other. We talking. Dr. Frances Cress Wells, and I think she mentioned it too. Because we asking each other subconsciously, you know, and code. We asking each other here, what's going on? What are we going to do? You know, we still need to save us, brother. And look at us today. Somebody was speaking, you know, I was walking by and stuff, and I thought they were talking to me at first. And they're like, hey, bitch. And it's normal, you know, it's normal, but I generally don't be where, you know, people that don't think like me, ain't no need me even being around them. Ain't no need in me being around nobody that don't think like me, unless I got to be there. If I ain't got to be at that appointment, that interview, that meeting, that food shelf, the clothes shelf, wherever, I ain't finna be up in there. No, honey, I can come home and be by myself with my ancestors. I can come home and study. Yeah, because it ain't nothing out there. And it really ain't finna be nothing out there now. Black America, the only worth that we do got is learning. Deciding whose side we on. That's it, and that's all. Yeah, 2025, they like 2025. And when I'm talking about where I get my information, that's black media. We all should be on black media. When we get done listening to each other and stuff, we ought to go to black media. Yep, when I get done here, I go straight to black media. Sometimes when you see my TV, it's on black media. You might see that little lady from Democracy Now! And she be on one of the black media channels, I think, or something like that, or the Young Turks. I think Richard Rashad or one of them be showing them sometime. But other than that, no, we is not finna comfort you or white America in my space, not in my house. So that's why we here. We here to find out what's hurt black America. We only concerned about, first and foremost, finally, everything all over the board. We ain't hurting nobody. We do take care of other people's, because see, we the parent of people. But our first and final concern is black America. That's why we here. And if that's why you here, then yeah, you welcome to stay and read. But if that ain't why you here, then you probably need to go. Because we ain't here to give you no type of mercy, comfort, forgiveness for anything. Yeah, you know, take it to white folks and stuff. Go sit over there. There's a whole lot of channels, us, that are forgiving of this. They are forgiving of this. I don't know if I'll ever be forgiven of this. And I support me. I'm on my side because I'm on my ancestor side. That's me. There ain't nobody else got to feel like that. Oh, yeah, well, I got to get away from her because sister is full of demons. Then, yeah, you need to go because sister's finna expose the demons. We finna talk about the demons. And we know they out there. Some of them look like us, but most of them don't. Yep. Copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. So yeah, we can study. We can talk and critique this. Ain't nobody mad about it, but people that's scared of white America, worried about the loss, like Malcolm X said, we scared to bleed. But he wasn't just to me. He wasn't just talking about blood. He talking about we scared to lose our jobs, our friends, our homes, our possessions. Oh, they're gonna come and take my car. I'm behind. And they always let me slide. Let them get that motherfucker, because we can walk. We can walk. The way our ancestors done literally ran, done stole across rivers. Done had their eyes closed in a swamp feeling so they can get to the other side, because they had to get down, because the white people came by on the horses. They had to cross the swamp to get to the other side. You know that's all in Tennessee. Hell, all them damn swamp with them big trees that look like the foot is claws. They had to get through them trees and stuff. White folks was looking for them. So, you know, yeah, they had to duck under. But they kept moving a little bit at a time. You know, probably wasn't nothing above the swamp but their eyes, if that. The fear, I can't imagine the fear. But I'm getting, yeah, they making sure that it resonate what happened to them. Everything we read, everything we learn about is teaching us the power, the resilience, the love, the faith that Black America had in Black America. And when we read the ugliness, it's showing us this is the division. This is the division right here. Ooh, we got another channel too. Y'all, and that channel, I think it deals with the legislature and stuff. What is his name? Michael M. Hotel? African something. But he deal with statutes and acts and laws and stuff like that. I think. Now, I've been subscribed to him, you know, but I don't understand that. But we're going to have to understand it, and we're going to be watching that together. Sure is, because when we come back here and stuff, see, we got our own mindset about things at Bolden Unchained. Yeah, everybody else, he probably feel like too, you know, forgiveness is in his heart. And that's fine. That's fine. Y'all have it in y'all heart. You ain't got my heart. I ain't got your heart. Shoot, I do not have your heart to feel what you feel about what Black people went through. If your heart say forgive every last one of them, then okay, that's on you to decide if you're going to do it. But my heart tell me to forgive my ancestors. And that's where I stand at. All this forgiving everybody else and you know, hell, before they even ask today, before white people even ask for forgiveness, Black people, oh, I forgive them. Done shot your son 13 times for nothing. I forgive them and you gonna rot in hell. Because see, we've been taught that right there gives us our peace. What they say, we gonna get our heaven, get our wealth or whatever being stored up in heaven. That man just told us what's in heaven. William Joseph Simmons. That's why he revived the Ku Klux Klan. So yeah, to me, everything I'm learning and putting, it's from a spiritual view. It's from the view, the focus of my ancestors, of our future, my babies, my grandbabies, great-grandbabies, great-great-grandbabies. If we don't help them exterminate us, because that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Everybody finna get some of this oppression. Everybody getting some of it. Some folks is able, like the food. We know food is dangerous as hell now. It's toxic, got carcinogens in it, dyes, nothing but poisons. For Black America, we need to just stop eating like we've been eating. Stop eating like we've been eating. I don't know when they decided, hey, we're going to poison food. We'll kill some of their asses like that. And then I'm sure somebody said, well, you know, everybody eat the food. Now, oh, hell, it don't matter. Shit. Our main objective is to exterminate Black boys, Black people. Because the war is on Black boys. Now, they figure they can work with us. They can do something with us. But it's the Black men. Oh, it don't matter. We'll kill some of our own. Our main objective is to exterminate Black America. And to me, that's what all these agendas are. The food. I didn't even know about the food and stuff. Now I just learned about the appeal. You know, that stuff that they putting on food, make it look shiny and make it look good. Make a strawberry look like a real strawberry. Or make an apple look like a real healthy, good, strong apple just picked off the tree. But no, that apple just got that appeal on it and stuff. We gonna research it. Because I don't know what to eat. Let me go get me some water, matter of fact. I'll drink me some water, though. Sure will. You ain't got to tell me. So don't. No, honey, you sure don't. As soon as I get a little garden growing, wherever I end up at, here or another place, when I get me a little garden growing, you will see me picking. Let me go there and give me a carrot and grab some of these peppers right here. Yeah. When we take our little 5-minute break, honey, I'm going to go in there and start the stir fry. We got to do something. But this is all we need. We don't need all that fancy stuff out there. Glitter. Everything that glitter ain't gold. Not for Black America. No, everything been set up against us. Everything having, it's our fault because we keep falling for it. Everybody do. I do too. But that's because we don't have us in our vision. We don't have us. This is not our first conceptualism of anything. We don't put us first as a priority, our ancestors. We don't look at things that's happening or things that happen from the viewpoint, the point of view of our ancestors, of our people. As far as eating, then what was it next? The education. Ain't nothing being taught to us, just a very minimum. For a long time now. For a long time now. And, we have a lot of successful people that worked with this system. It still wasn't no holding them down, honey, because they still found success. They still made them achievements, living just as fine and well, living grand, better than white folks. And white folks can't stand that. But see, it's just very few. It ain't that many. So hold on now. We can handle it. Ain't that many of them. So they can tolerate it. But let the throng of us, let the most of us, the flux of us gain that wealth. Oh, then it's a problem. See, then it's a problem. So yeah, we got to learn. But see, we ain't even a materialistic people like that. They marketed that. How to market to a Negro, that was on purpose. That shit was on purpose. That's why every holiday, I was trying to find it too. Every holiday, we running our ass out there to buy something. Because there was a market that was fucked up. How to market to a Negro. Make everything look glitter and gold and stuff. Because we didn't have nothing. Now, as kids, as babies, Black people didn't have nothing on the plantation, off of the plantation. Then for a long time after slavery, we still didn't have nothing. So yeah, they made it look good. It looked good. Right today, everything looked good. I bet some of our people ain't got nothing Black branded because everything of theirs look good. But it ain't good for us. I can't wait till I start buying all y'all stuff. Shit. Tell us what y'all got so we can go buy that. We need to have our own stuff on. I don't wear name brands. Hell no. You need to take whoever this lady is. What is and yeah, let somebody else wear that. But that's me, because my mama was like that. Yeah, I'm sure somebody probably gave her something with a name on it and she wore it. And every time you mention this stuff, talking about her, I don't know who that person is and I don't care. I'm going to use this purse till the strap fall off of it and then throw it away. But me, I'll leave it in my closet or give it to somebody. Yeah, because don't be getting no impressions about face. Because it's not that. Not with me. It's strictly my ancestors. I don't have no problem telling us that we need to go back to basic. Let me let this window down. We need to go back to basic. I don't have no problem telling us that. I know one thing, I'm not finna let us think, oh, you the best, you awesome, you decked out today. Ooh, sis, you look good. Look at you got on your, what is the LV? Louis Vuitton. Ooh, girl, that look good together. And the color suits you good. Now, I'm going to be saying that, who is he? What has he done for Black people? I can just imagine. I see that LV all the time on a whole lot of folks, actually. But for me personally, I can't wait to start wearing y'all stuff. I don't wear a lot of jewelry. But, And when I do, I'll probably get some of y'all good jewelry. Because this right here is like just cosmetic stuff. Yeah, cosmetic stuff. It ain't really, you know, got no value to it. I like it. I'm not finna go spend no $200 on the same thing. Hell, and then I get somewhere and take my scarf off because it's wintertime and I lost it anyway. Just wasting money on frivolous stuff just to look like, you know, we keeping up with the Joneses. We got to stop that. Let's get in this video right here. And then we're going to read the last part, y'all, of our book. We are at the end of this one also. I know, you know, I talk too much and stuff, you know, but I'm just so happy to be here with y'all. I mean, I don't know about nobody else, but shit, I love talking to my people, honey, about us. Yes, you ain't finna have me talking about anybody and everybody. Oh, damn, I did it wrong. Shit, hold on, y'all. Shit. Let me see.
Towards once again prioritizing speech. So we're going to get back to our roots and focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our policies, and restoring free expression
this so
on
we
our
can understand what
platforms.
he's talking
We're going
about.
to get rid of fact checkers and replace them
Oh,
with
yes, so we
community
can
notes,
understand what
similar
his
to
ass
X.
is talking about.
You see, your boy Mark Zuckerberg has reneged on his word.
Like everybody.
Check out what he's talking about now.
We've reached a point where it's just too many mistakes and too much censorship. The recent elections also feel like a cultural tipping point towards once again prioritizing speech. So we're going to get back to our roots and focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our policies, and restoring free expression on our platforms. We're going to get rid of fact checkers and replace them with community notes, similar to X. We're going to simplify our content policies and get rid of a bunch of restrictions on topics like immigration and gender that are just out of touch with mainstream discourse. We used to have filters that scanned for any policy violation. Now, we're going to focus those filters on tackling illegal and high-severity violations. And for lower severity violations, we're going to rely on someone reporting an issue before we take action.
Zuckerberg decided to renege on rolling back the free speech. So now, these are some pathetic people. And for the people that's actually still on Facebook and Instagram, I don't see why you're still there, because no telling what you're going to see going forward.
Right.
You know, if you're not an influencer, and I get it, people on these platforms to get their coins, I get it. Nothing's wrong with that. But if you don't really need to be there, I wouldn't be on any of these platforms. I'm not a Facebooker. I'm not an Instagrammer. Your boy. And they don't care about nobody but themselves and making their money. Period. That's all they care about. They don't care about anybody that's actually on these platforms. Now they're going to allow them to say and do whatever they want to do on this mess. Just like it was years ago when they was just putting all kinds of nonsense out there, all kinds of hate stuff. Like I said, no telling what is going to be on these platforms now. So if you're a Black individual person with some sense in your head, I advise you to get off that nonsense ASAP, because it's not going to mean Black people any good whatsoever. Telling you, these people don't care about nobody but themselves. The oligarchs, the ones with all the money. I'm telling you right now, as a Black individual person, you better get off these platforms, because I'm telling you, they're not going to mean Black people any good whatsoever. Let them have that mess and keep it moving. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, these people don't care about us. They really don't. You better get off these platforms ASAP. And you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video.
Well, there we have it. Yep, I didn't even know. I just seen that a few minutes. Yeah. Oh, yeah, still playing over there. Commercials and stuff. I didn't even know about all of that and stuff. Sure didn't. I don't be on Facebook like that and stuff. I be in and out, you know. But yeah, it's time to get off of these little stations right here. They ain't nothing but big monitors monitoring everything we do with their motherfucking asses. Can't never let us have no freedom. They can't ever let us have no peace. So yeah, I don't know where we're gonna go, because I don't even know all of the social media outlets out there. No, I don't know all the social media out there, but we got to just find one place where we all can go so we can talk about us to us. And here we done mingled and integrated so much. Is it any space we can get together that white America feel like they ain't got to be there? Where black people can feel like, okay, Faith, we can do this without them. We always got to keep them around up under us. That's why we can't get nothing done. We can't never understand and overstand that we need healing. So about this Facebook and stuff, you know, they finna roll back free speech. So I guess we won't be able to talk about this. We won't be able to talk about, you know, what we need to talk about. Even with the copyright disclaimer, I guess. And I'm like, damn, when did they do this copyright disclaimer that you actually got to say, you know, say it and let it be known that, you know, it's no infringing and stuff. You know, so you can say and study and critique and teach and, you know, do all the things that you need to do for humanity. And then all of a sudden now, Facebook and Instagram, obviously. So I don't know. Y'all tell us where y'all be at and where to go. We obviously need our own platform. Yeah, we obviously need our own platforms where we can talk. The platforms that I be on and stuff, I really don't think they want to hear what I got to say. So we probably need to find another place, you know, where we all can go, we can talk, and, you know, we can build from there. But for now, we finna build right here and at least get our shoes on. We got to get a foothold. We got to get some type of foundation so we can at least know that, yeah, this is worthy. This is worthy for us to do. Anybody feeling any irritation about this, about Bolden Unchained, then it's just not resonating. You probably of a kinder, meeker, more tender nature, sister, and it's okay. You know, it's okay. You probably, you know, are that kind and wonderful, so sweet. You want to forgive everybody. And, you know, that's fine. Forgive everybody. That's who you are. That's who we are. They ass is the one that did all of this. I'm sure at some point I was very, very forgiving too. I forgave them at first till I started reading. So yeah, I would like that too. You know, just know I love you, and I'll see you on one of the other channels, because you're going to see Face the Nation pop up somewhere if we thinking alike. You know, but yeah, I like that. But she didn't tell us where to go, did she? Well, other folks probably be talking about it and stuff. Oh, and then Walmart. I want to say about Walmart. I don't hardly ever go to Walmart. I hate Walmart. I don't like big box stores. I'd rather, unless I got to go there, I'd rather go to a little small store, a little mom and pop shop, thrift store, secondhand bookstore. Yeah, I ain't got to go to Walmart and buy all of this and this and this, honey. I will take my little ass to a thrift store, a half-price bookstore, and just buy me a lot of books. And come home, and that's it. That's what I got for me. So I ain't went to Walmart and bought no extra TV and 2 coffee pots and all, you know, just come out with a bucket load of stuff. No, but I come out of that bookstore and I got 2 bags of books, honey, and I'm happy. I'm talking to the ancestors, telling people, hey, guess what I got? And they looking like, what? Who the hell is that? Because we don't know. We do not know, you know. I don't know. That's just me, though. You know. So let's finish this book right here, y'all, because we are at the end. We making progress. I know I'm getting better. Hey, I like to read. I ain't got no problem with reading. Shoot. Everybody gonna stutter. Everybody gonna stutter. Everybody gonna have to reread. You know, at one point we're gonna be raising our hand up because can you reread it again? You know, but that's we got to learn these things. It ain't nothing wrong with it. You know, Black American writers. Oh, I think we read this yesterday, but we're gonna read it again because we're at the end. Look, we are literally at the end. Oh, my ancestors. We got like 3, maybe 4 stories. Let's do it. During the early years of World War II and the years that followed, Black American novelists, playwrights, and poets put forth their best efforts and produced some of their best literary works. Y'all, we just dominated everything. We just read about the abolitionists. We just read about the troops, the soldiers. We just read about so many greatnesses, so many firsts of Black America. And it don't stop. It never stops. This right here, this just a small part of what was done to us, but it had a very huge impact because it was intentional. One of the most versatile writers of his time period was Langston Hughes. He wrote poems, plays, and novels. His play Mulatto ran on Broadway for more than a year. We got to watch that. Richard Wright, a bright writer of this era, wrote 2 outstanding novels, Native Son in 1940 and Black Boy in 1945. The Radical Sister, Sister Audrey Lee, she got a book, y'all, Black Us. Mm-hmm. And, you know, she's teaching us about all this radiation in the air because, you know, Fukushima exploded, them nuclear reactors. I didn't know till a couple years ago and stuff. Fukushima exploded the nuclear reactors and the radiation, it plumed into the atmosphere. This is how I get it now. This is how I interpret it. When I read it, the radiation plumed into the air. So the jet stream took the radiation all the way across the globe in like 9-10 hours. I've been looking for the book. I got it somewhere, but I'll find it. And the nuclear reactors, they still dumping radiation into the ocean. So, you know, everything is really never happening like the early 2000, 2011, 2013 or something like that. But radiation is a problem. It's in everything. They can't stop the nuclear reactors from throwing radiation into the ocean, you know. And she was saying they can't put a esophagus around it because radiation, after like 10 years, it'll just eat through it, I think. So, you know, they like, no, that's just a waste of money, you know, to try to contain it, I guess. It's deep. I mean, I'm telling you, it's deep. And I don't really think that was a man-made agenda, them nuclear reactors exploding. But hell, the desire to exterminate Black America, who's to say how deep that hatred goes, you know? And yeah, it's really tough, you know, with that radiation. So radiation poisoning. Radiation poisoning is what it's called. And our sister, the Radical Sister on YouTube, she's basically the only one that I even hear talking about it. And, you know, it gets deeper than that from where I'm sitting at, because I think that CV-19, that's what I think it is. Hell, somebody test it and let me know. But it's got the same symptoms. And, you know, CV-19 today is like CV-23, I think. It's evolving. Well, it might be CV-21. Who counting? But it's evolving. Because, you know, it's radiation poisoning never go away. It's always there. You know, it's going to always affect folks. You know, but our Sister Audrey, I love her too, teaching us how to heal ourselves, how to get that radiation out of you. Get it out of your body. You can't chelate it out of your body, you know. See, we don't detox like our ancestors was doing. I know. I didn't know either what the problem was. But I know a lot of us were saying, oh, our aunties, my grandmama ate pork all her life. And great grandmama ate chicken her whole life and stuff, you know, and ate this and ate that and drank this and drank that. And then someone said, an elderly said that's because they detoxed. They fasted and gave their body a chance to go through homeostasis, get back to its natural order. It gave their body a chance to get all of that out of there. And see, we don't do that. We just keep eating and ingesting and drinking and taking and smoking and you know, just keep ingesting shit. And ain't nobody detoxing, ain't nobody fasting. It matters. I didn't know either. I was like, whoa. Somebody could have at least told me. Now, I know now. Yeah, I'll get distracted. I know I'll get distracted too because I'm only human. But I know if you get my attention and tell me something, I'm going to pay attention. Face going to pay attention. I might forget for a while because, you know, I ain't had no cigarettes either, y'all. But when I first tried to stop smoking cigarettes, I would forget I done stopped smoking. And I be in the store, I got this and that, and then you know when you're waiting in line and stuff, you got time to get other stuff. And I done got outside to the car and I'm like, damn, I bought a pack of cigarettes. So yeah, we do forget. We do get distracted. That's why we got to make it part of our lifestyle. Repetition. We do a lot of repetition here. I do. I have to. But yeah, let's get back to reading. Let's read. Oh, and we got Langston Hughes. We have a book of Langston Hughes right here. Short stories of Black writers. Yep. The best short stories of Black writers. I know, right? We got a lot of information we're going to learn and stuff. We are so gifted. We're so prosperous and abundant. You have no idea the love that they left for you. Where my book? Oh, it's in my hand. You have no idea the love and the legacy they left for us. Nothing but love letters, y'all. You know, those narratives, those slave narratives, we gonna get to them. I used to read them. Yep, I used to read them love letters. I called them love letters too, to us. Because they were letting us know in all of their limited education, because they couldn't read and they couldn't write. And, you know, English was very broken because English wasn't even our natural language. We saw how they put the mask on Black people for 100 years. I don't even think we finished that because it went to a commercial or something, but we're going to watch it again because we do believe in repetition here. You know, if it's too much, you be all right, Face, we get it. We all know that. You know, yeah. We done seen it 15 times. Then, you know, then we'll put something else in its place. But we want to make sure we learning here. And see, we're not face to face. So it's a little bit more difficult, just a little bit though, because of people magnificent like Black people. Honey, it ain't nothing we can't achieve. Sure, okay? It ain't a thing out here. He played mulatto. His play Mulatto ran on Broadway for more than a year. Richard Wright was a bright writer of this era. He wrote 2 outstanding novels, Native Son in 1940 and Black Boy in 1945. Both of his books were chosen for excellence by national book clubs. We need a book club. Somebody mentioned a book club. In 1946, novelist Frank Yerby wrote The Foxes of Harrow. His book made the bestseller list. It was the first novel written by a Black American to make the bestseller list. William Motley's novel, Knock on Any Door, was a story of an Italian boy growing up in an American city. One of the greatest of the post-World War II novels was written by Ralph Ellison in 1952, the year my mama was born. It was entitled Invisible Man. It told about Black American life in the United States. It earned him the National Book Award. That same year, James Baldwin wrote his first novel, Go Tell It on the Mountain. It told of Baldwin's life in Harlem during the 1930s. In 1961, Baldwin became a literary figure of the civil rights movement when he published his second novel, Prosperity. Nobody Knows My Name. His next novel, The Fire Next Time, was a prediction of the racial unrest that was to come in the mid-60s. See, he knew it was coming. See, from 1919, the race riots, the massacres, and like 1920, 21, Tulsa and Greenwood and Rosewood. The violence in 1960, the racial unrest, the racial violence. He predicted it. He knew it. So us knowing that it's a possibility, why would we, just ignore it? Us ignoring, knowing that it'll happen. It's happened again. And we know this. Black America knows this. We just hesitant of what's got to be done. But that's why, whose side are we on? Do we really want us to heal? I mean, white America. In 1950. Oh, I wanted to go back and say too. His the novel written by Ralph Ellison, Invisible Man. Remember that man that revived the KKK? And he came up with all that flowery bullshit, talking about the invisible empire. But what he really was talking about was the KKK and all of their gigantic, hunting and preying on Black America. I mean, it almost seemed like white America seems to, even though they talking to them, they make it almost as if it's safe, it's easy, it's not really deep. Ain't nothing here. Almost like it's kind of parallel. It's strange to me, I guess, sort of like that dual mindset, I guess. I don't know. But let's read. In 1950, Gwendolyn Brooks became the first Black American to win a Pulitzer Prize. Her prize-winning volume of poetry called Annie Allen, Ann Petry, Petry, became well known when she published her first novel called Streets. It is the story of a mother struggling to raise her son in the slums of New York. In 1959, playwright Lorraine Hansberry wrote her Broadway hit play, A Raisin in the Sun. And we got it right here. A Raisin in the Sun. The play was the story of a Black American family's struggle to get out of a Chicago ghetto. In the early 1960s, Leroy Jones, Imamu Amiri Baraka, won praises for his work called Dutchman. These are other lessons. See, our lessons go on and on. We ain't here just to learn one or two. We're here to learn our lifestyle, a new lifestyle that's beneficial to us because it's ours. We doing away with white America's lifestyle. That ain't never resonated with us anyway. They ass should have been resonating with us instead of trying to sway us over to look like them and shit. They should have been saying, okay, they the parent of people. Let's let them be the parent of people. Yeah, I guess it's too much like right, because they never did it. Yeah. In 1968, Eldridge Cleaver wrote Soul on Ice. It was a written record of his life in prison. Nikki Giovanni was a leading Black American poet. Black Judgment was one of her exceptional collections of poetry. It was published in 1970. That same year, Charles Haley wrote Roots. That same year, Charles Gordon won the Pulitzer Prize in drama with No Place to Be Somebody. Now, in 1976, Alex Haley wrote Roots, and I was born in 72. In Roots, he traced his ancestors and his family tree back 200 years to Africa. Roots won him the Pulitzer Prize. Novelist Chester Hines died in 1984, but not before his novel, Cotton Comes to Harlem, became a major motion picture. I was thinking about Alice Walker. Alice Walker's novel, The Color Purple. I think we got The Color Purple. Also became a major motion picture in the 1980s. In 1987, August Wilson won the Pulitzer Prize for his play called Fences. In 1988, Toni Morrison won the Pulitzer Prize for his novel, Beloved. Today, Black American writers continue to add outstanding works to the outstanding field of literature. We love to write. We love to read and write. That's why we got to break this whole hesitation, this whole anxiety to reading, because it's truly phenomenal. You know, you can go some places when you're reading, not to mention we learning. But just to read a story, sometimes when I'm reading a story, I actually can see it. You can think about it, and then I remember it. All day I be out and stuff, and I be thinking about, you know, like when Rosa and them, when Harry and them saved Charles Nails, and we read about the struggle to keep him because they were trying to send him back to slavery. And just them, he was going back and forth. They would rescue him, he would get to freedom. Then the white people, they would get him back. Then the black people would come along, they would just show up out of nowhere. They were coming out of nowhere. Then they would get him again. Then the white people would get him again. It went back and forth like that. I actually was just in the throes of it, because I could see it happening. I could see Harriet getting down up through there. I could see them literally beating Harriet when she was walking with Nails, and she was telling him, you ain't dying today. We all here for you. You're going to have a wife. You're going to have babies. You're going to be successful. You're going to have a business. You just hold on. You just look for your escape. And when she shook them off and he took off, I could see it happening. Harriet Tubman. I mean, you know, that's just me. I love to read. I love to be read too. But don't read to me all boring and shit, and then I'm ready for you. Give me the book. Let me read. Because, see, we got to make it, y'all, for our babies especially, where they are interested in it. I mean, when you read them, Sarah Rector, you got to be proud of Sarah. You got to let it be known that Sarah is divine, that the cosmos set that up where Sarah can be the change. She can get the change. This little girl, look at her. Little black girl, look at her. We can't go through there reading this like, on March 14, 1914, the Chicago Defender ran a front page story on 12-year-old Sarah Rector. That ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't even gonna be looking at you. They might get up and go turn on the TV. So yeah, let's not act like, you know, we're stoic people. Well, I ain't. Not about something that I love, something that I care about. Let's read. Black American performers and entertainers after World War II. In 1969, Black American James Earl Jones won the Broadway Tony Award. That's another award. The Broadway Tony Award for Best Stage Actor for his portrayal of boxer Jack Johnson in the drama The Great White Hope. And then, wasn't that a movie? I want to say that was a movie too. But I love James Earl Jones. I see him in the movie, is it Deacons for Defense? I don't think it was there. I think he played Vernon Johns. If you see a good fight, get in it. Yep, he got a lot of movies. brilliant men, handsome black men. These are our sons, our brothers, our uncles, our daddies. We got to start keeping us with us. Right here, Bolden Unchained. I'm saying it right here. We got to start making sure that our people live on. We can't be diluted by nothing and nobody. Wow, sure have been a lot of sirens lately, ain't it? Well, we all are over here by the hospital. But just lately, we just hope everybody's being safe out there. Mind yourself. If you know you burn candles and stuff here, make sure they blow it out before you leave. Just little simple things like that. Simple things that's easy to forget. Because there's so much going on out there. There's so much going on. We can't even begin to imagine what's going to happen. But we better know. We better stick together. Just stick together. Ain't no harm in helping other people. If somebody else want to help you, go and accept their help. Because we're at a critical point right now. But whatever you do, don't forget who your loyalty belongs to. Your people. White people got every reason to make us think that, yeah, they naturally is kind and generous and loving to us. But that shit is a bullshit. That's a damn smokescreen. They ass is being like that because they don't want us to know what they did and what they will do again. Yeah. Don't piss on me and talk about it's raining because everybody else might just wipe it off and get the hose and clean. But I'm going to let your ass know. That bullshit is done with. Let's read. In 1970, Cleveland Little won the Tony for Best Actor in a Musical. He played the role Pearlie in Pearlie Victorious, written by Black American actor and playwright Ossie Davis. Why are we looking at white America on TV? Soon as we wake up in the morning, turn on the TV, there it go. White, black, white, black. No, we got to change that. Even if it is the older musicals, movies. I want black westerns. I don't want to sit up here and look at no Rock Hudson. What is his name? And, Billy the Kid and them and stuff. I learned about him, all right, just for the sake of history. If it get to that point. But, that ain't a part of my lifestyle or my mindset. Now, we can learn about Billy Pinkett, the black cowboy. I think that was his name. I got it in some notes. And we can learn about, black cowboys. The first rodeo. We still got a black rodeo, y'all. Yep, I seen it about 2 years ago. I'm into stuff like that. I'm into my side of things. I'm not into everybody else's side of things. Hell, there's a lot of everybody's. If we be into everybody else's side of things, we would never, ever be into our side of things. So, yeah, don't try to set me hell. Don't try to set me down nowhere. I set myself down. Yeah. In 1966 and 1967, Bill Cosby, y'all. Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby won the Emmy Award as television's best male actor for his role in the TV series I Spy. In the 1980s and 1990s, Bill Cosby produced and starred in one of the nation's best loved of all times television programs. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Claire Huxtable. The Cosby Show. Remember Claire and Theo and Rudy and Vanessa and, the other sisters? Yeah. That was Bill Cosby. Magnificent man. Then they railroad him and stuff, because he did want to buy NBC. He did want to buy NBC. But see, that was something they could never let happen. To me, that was a whole sabotage. Yes, it was a whole sabotage camps here. Before him, hell, all of their asses, namely Karen Bryant, because we know she was still living and stuff. She just died a few years ago, the one that was responsible for Emmett Till, murder, castration, defamation of that baby. But yeah, it was all a setup for Bill. They couldn't let him do that. I mean, the Cosby Show wasn't even a movie, it was a series. But all over the country, we were tuning in to it. It was off the charts. With us, that's what all of our movies, our shows, our sitcoms did. Good Times, The Jeffersons, all of them A Different World, all of our sitcoms. And they even integrated from Good Times when it was just all black family, all black apartment complex. And then we had A Different World. And there was all black, but you would see a white here and there, here and there. All of our sitcoms, because they have variety to them. Since we integrated, so that's why, yeah, we got to start watching us again. Get back to us again. Won't be long before they're going to take all the few channels that's left that we can go watch our shows. I go to Bounce and watch rock. I like to go to Bounce sometime and stuff, but it's very far and few in between. It's not like daily or even weekly because I'm doing other things. I'm learning other things, but I do have them and I do go to them. But that'd be like a day when I ain't doing nothing. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't getting up. I ain't cooking. I ain't going outside. I ain't washing. I'm just here. Just take a shower, get back in the bed, and that's what you do all day. So I don't do it that often and stuff, but when I do, that's where I'm at. Because they took it away and it was important to us. It gave us a foundation. It showed us, about our family lives. But yeah, that was part of the whole structure. Let's tear apart this family right here. We can't have black families like this. It's a shame. In 1968, Diane Carroll starred in Julia, a television comedy about an attractive widow and her son. See, most of these movies and stuff, I have never even heard of them. And I know why, too. You do, too. Other leaders in the entertainment world were blues singer Ray Charles, crooner Nat King Cole, country music singer Charlie Pride, soul singers Aretha Franklin and James Brown, gospel singer Mahalia Jackson, jazz musicians Louis Armstrong, Miles Davis, and Earl Gardner. Famous singing groups were the Mills Brothers, the Temptations, the Ink Spots, the Platters, the Jackson 5, and the Supremes. The leader of the Supremes, Diana Ross, has since left the Supremes and has become a major singing star. In the same manner, Michael Jackson of the Jackson 5 left his group and became a singing sensation. His album Thriller, with his top-selling record Beat It, was a thriller. It won the 1983 Grammy Award. Another singing group, The Fifth Dimension. Let the Sun Shine. Ooh, I can't wait to get my voice back. Woo! Another singing group, The Fifth Dimension, won the 1967 Grammy Award for their record, Up, Up, and Away. But that's my favorite song, Let the Sun Shine In. Yeah, that's a beautiful song, man. It gets you going. Yeah, that day or night. Other Grammy Award winners included Roberta Flack in 1972, the year I was born, with her song The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face. In 1973, Killing Me Softly with his song. 1973, Stevie Wonder for his album, Inner Visions. He also won Grammys in 1974 and 1976. In 1984, Black American singers Tina Turner and Lionel Richie, both of them won Grammy Award winners. Now, we love Tina. Tina from Nutbush, Tennessee. Nutbush city limits. No, but she moved out of the country and stuff. Yeah, Tina did. We're going to watch Tina. We're going to learn about Tina. All of them. This book right here will be another curriculum. Whoever in detention, yeah, going to have to write out the curriculum I'm just joking. All right. We're going to do it all together. All right. Notable movies of the year, August 1988 to July 1990. I know, right? Included these famous Black American actors and actresses. Whoopi Goldberg, starring in Clara's Heart. Morgan Freeman, starring in Clean and Sober. Ossie Davis and Ruby Dee, starring in Do the Right Thing. James Earl Jones, starring in Field of Dreams and Lean on Me. Richard Pryor, starring in See No Evil, Hear No Evil, and the movie Tap, starring Sammy Davis Jr. Today's Black Americans continue their success as they star in television, movie, and Broadway productions. Yeah, we almost done. We're going to finish this. I may be late going where I'm going, but we're going to finish this today. Yep, we got like 4 or 5 more stories. Let me see if I'm going to be late. Yep, I'm going to be late. The Civil Rights era. Where they coming? Let me go get you some too. Here I come, family. I was actually looking for, because I was thinking, we are drinking a lot of water and we should. All this other stuff, we don't need to be drinking all this stuff. Put you some cucumbers, lemons, or something in your water. Throw you a couple of olives off in there. Anything, just make it look appealing and stuff. But I was trying to find that the notes I had took for that water filtration system and stuff. I didn't find it, but I did find 20 effective ways when it comes to water purification. And we will read some of these right here, because y'all, we can even get plants and put a bag over them, a special bag. Put a bag over them, and the plants, when it gets hot inside the bag, the condensation from the plants, we can have that water coming out. The bag, we would tie it at the end around and maybe have a little tube or something. So when the water collects, then it'll drain into a pitcher or something like that. It's ways that we will be able to do these things. Yeah, y'all be like, oh, this is what you would do. So see, with that, A would hook up with B and C, and we'll be able to come up with the solutions that we need. Because everybody trying to sacrifice us, and we might as well go on and let us know. The Civil Rights era. During the Civil Rights era of the 1950s and 1960s, 3 main areas were the focus points for Black American rights. There was housing, education, and voting. It should have been medical, in my opinion, should have been on here, but it was just these 3 we started with. It grew. We grew. Housing. Many cities in the United States had laws that forced Black and white Americans to live in separate communities. These laws were called housing codes. Oh, got to put codes on the thing here. Under the housing codes, a Black American family could not buy a house in a neighborhood that was all white. Prosperity. In 1917, a Supreme Court case ruled that these laws violated the 14th Amendment, and therefore these laws were unlawful. Still, many neighborhoods continue to be segregated because white American families, white America signed an agreement called a covenant in which they promised not to sell to Black Americans. In 1948, these agreements were ruled unlawful, but open housing still remained a problem. Many real estate agencies refused to show, sell, or rent houses in white neighborhoods to Black Americans. In the years following World War II, many Blacks moved to the northern cities. They could not live where there was good housing, so many crammed into already They could not live where there was good housing, so many crammed into already crowded slum areas. In 1962, President John F. Kennedy issued an executive order that built housing with federal project money. Let me read that again. In 1962, President John F. Kennedy issued an executive order that housing built with federal project money could not discriminate in renting to Black Americans. Ah, well, no wonder, because he built them so that Black Americans would live in them. When was this again? 1962. So he issued an executive order that housing built with federal project money could not discriminate in renting to Black Americans. In 1963, over 200,000 Black and white Americans took part in a march on Washington, D.C. to call the nation's attention to many problems, such as job, housing, voting, and education, that were causing problems for millions of African Americans. President Lyndon B. Johnson signed into law a new Civil Rights Act. This act forbade discrimination by race in selling and renting houses or apartments. Many Black Americans then had the opportunity to move to a better neighborhood. But this was not the end of the housing problem. Many Black Americans who could afford to move into better neighborhoods were harassed by white Americans. Many Black Americans suffered in their new homes. They suffered violent attacks, y'all, against them when they moved into white neighborhoods. Some had their new homes burned or bombed by angry white Americans. Even today, in the 1990s, some white Americans have not changed their negative attitudes towards Black Americans. And even today, in allegedly 2025, some white people have not changed their negative attitudes, and some white people have revived their negative attitudes. Education. In 1896, the Supreme Court ruled that it was lawful for Black and white Americans to attend different schools if the schools were equal. For years, American schools remained separate, but they were not equal. While white Americans attended classes in up-to-date buildings, Black Americans attended classes in rundown buildings, dilapidated, or meeting halls or churches that was converted to classrooms. See, we had to make do. This kind of equality grew worse as the years went by, and Black Americans continued to attend school in inferior and inadequate facilities. You know, it got worse and worse and worse because the building was already raggedy, so they got raggedier. You know, the books was already raggedy and falling apart, so they got raggedier. You know, but Black people still attended school. We still went because we wanted to read. We had a desire. We knew nothing could teach us from reading. This kind of inequality grew worse as the years went by, and Black Americans continued to attend school in inferior and inadequate facilities. There was also inequality in the area of teachers' salaries. White American teachers were paid more than Black American teachers. The Supreme Court decision of separate but equal was not working. American schools were separate, but they were far from equal. In 1993, the Black American organization, the NAACP, provided lawyers to go to court to win the right of Black Americans to attend tax-supported colleges and universities. The next year, they went to court again. This time, they wanted equal salaries for Black American teachers. Well, what took it so long? What took the NAACP so long to act? Ain't that why they was created when Mary Overton White or Mary White Overton went to the meeting of Black men and wrote down all them notes after the killing, the police killing, and then went and told her white brethren about the meeting, and they decided to form the NAACP. So when they formed it, why it didn't immediately start correcting these wrongs? Let's read. I'll just be asking questions. Large organizations such as the General Education Board, the GED, the Diploma, General Education Diploma, the Rosenwald Foundation, the Phelps Stokes Fund, and the Ford Foundation have spent large amounts of money to help make Black American schools equal. That's what they wanted, to just make our schools equal, give us better books, better buildings, give us heat, give us air too. But Black Americans and their white friends were beginning to think that as long as American schools were separate, they would never be equal. See, there go Black America, the one that thought, no, we don't want better buildings and better books. We want to be in the school building with them. Why? Why? Oh, it says it right here. But Black Americans and their white friends were beginning to think that as long as American schools were separate, they would never be equal. So Black Americans felt that they got to learn what they learning. It must have been that we're not learning the same thing. But why couldn't Black schools get the same lessons? We didn't have to go to white schools to get the same lessons. Not to mention, we're supposed to have our own lessons. I just don't understand, because to me it seemed like to go over there to white America schools and stuff, we had to give up our lessons, our curriculum. So you can't bring your curriculum to their school because they already got their curriculum. And it shortchanged us. Is that how it happened? Let's read. In 1954, a team of Black NAACP American lawyers, led by the brilliant Thurgood Marshall, they went to court. It stated that Black Americans could now attend the best schools of white America. White Americans. Black Americans were very happy about the Supreme Court decision. Now, their children could have the same opportunity to get a good education as anyone else in America, an education that ain't worth shit. That this it's over now. Let's tell it. Let's tell it like it is. We know we got some most brilliant people that use the education system. They became successful. They achieved. They are successes. Success story. In my opinion, most of them didn't even stay and make a better neighborhood for us, for they people. They took it and ran. Took it and ran with it. And those that did stay in the community to teach us, they was outcasted. Oh, we done with that. We ain't learning that no more. You teaching the wrong thing. Now you can't go to school over there and learn about that. Hurting ourselves. That's all it did. For a time, life seemed brighter. A heavy burden seemed to have been lifted from the shoulders of Black people everywhere. We finally felt that, we finally made it. But things were not so much better after all. In 1955, individual states were to submit a plan for desegregating their schools so that Black Americans and white Americans could attend the same schools. Federal courts would review the plans and they would decide if it was lawful, if the plans were lawful. In some places, school officials obeyed the Supreme Court and began immediately to make plans to integrate their schools. But southern states, them motherfuckers did not want to obey the Supreme Court decision. The only movie I got on YouTube that I bought is Ruby Bridges. The little bitty girl, Ruby Bridges. See, white folks went into her neighborhood. Remember when I was telling you about I had Miss Kathy from 2nd grade, 5th grade, 7th grade, right on up till I left the elementary school. That's because they asked me following us. They asked me following us. And see, this is what happened to me when I read about Ruby Bridges. Now, that's why I bought the movie when I seen it. White people went to the community and were talking to her parents and stuff and said, oh, well, Ruby's one of our most exceptional students. Her brain was so brilliant, y'all. She was just remembering things, thinking of things off the bat. And they were like, wow, this little girl right here, she's picking it up. I mean, she was picking up everything they were putting down before they even set it down. She was asking questions. Little bitty girl. Hell, they were just reading what she was in elementary school. Like they were reading Charlotte's Web or The Spider or something. Little spider, they just sing songs. Little spider coming down the web and stuff, going up the web and stuff. She was asking questions about that song. Like, she been here before. So they already knew her intelligence. So what they did, they were like, it's a couple of them like this right here. And they were logging it and stuff. So what they did, they went to the community and told her parents and stuff, well, Ruby's really smart. And they done got information of it now. They know. So once white people grab something, they ain't letting it go. They is not going to let it go. They're going to try to find some kind of way where they can hold it. So they got to the parents and stuff and said, oh, Ruby's really smart and we would like to advance her. And they wanted to put her in. She was going to be one of the first. She's going to be one of the first kids, little black kids that go with the integration and stuff. And they did that and stuff. And honey, but white America was so mad, so angry, almost ravenous. And this was a little girl, honey. They were screaming, hang her, and I'm going to poison you. I'm going to poison your food, all kind of stuff. And the little girl did not want to eat no more. She wouldn't eat nothing if it wasn't sealed in a bag from the store. Yep. If she didn't see her mama cook it, she wouldn't eat it. And then she got to the point where she just stopped eating. Her mama had to go to the store and get her chips, get her some fruits, get her something that she would eat, that she could see is open. Hell, probably fruit. She probably was like, I don't know if they stuck a needle off in there because she was before her time. And that's why I bought that book right there. I bought the movie. And that's the only movie I got on YouTube that I bought. But we will watch it sometime. Because when it gets to it, Black America, none of us are off the table. Kids too. I don't know. It's supposed to be different. But who's to say, who's to guarantee? Who's to guarantee? Who word am I going to take? White Americans say, oh, we'll never do those things again. That don't mean shit to face. It don't mean nothing to me. For the simple fact that white America ain't even been sincere about this. Ain't even been sincere about this. Now, we could have been no move past this. We could have been no move past all of this. All of this hurt would have been healed between us and them and between us and ourselves. Because it had different reactions, different consequences. It affected us differently. It affected them some kind of way. Their rabious ass went underground with it. And it affected us a different way. Yeah, it's deep. That's why I believe that, melanated people, Black Americans especially, we are the study of the world. We are the study of the world. While we got the world on our shoulders, that's because they put the world on our shoulders so that they ask and put us in everything they do, everything they want, everything they decide is concerning us. What is it going to do to us? Oh, if it's going to help them and lift them up, if they're going to be able to get on a knee, we can't do it. Now, you can let them, they might can lean up, stretch their back a little bit, but you got to lean back down. You got to hunch back down. It's a game. It is a game. So, but we know southern states did not want to integrate their schools. And that's where Ruby Bridge, the movie, was at. It was down south somewhere. Some schools, they went so far as to close down the entire school system because they did not want Black and white Americans to go to school together. And see, that was white America. That was the parents. Because during the movie right there, we're going to watch the movie. Some parents were walking up into school and just grabbing their child. Come on. White America had a choice. Throughout the South, organizations and other groups organized to resist desegregation. So throughout the South, we was on it. We felt like we were right, so we were going at it. When we feel like we right, when we know we right, and that's with anybody, I believe. When you know you right, you going in on it. So yeah, Black people were down there, we were working. We felt like we were right. This is what must be done. In 1959, when Black American high school students in Little Rock, Arkansas, tried to attend Central High School, violence broke out. Orval Faubus, Orvalfaubus, used the National Guard to prevent further violence and to protect the Black American students from white mobs. President Dwight D. Eisenhower sent federal troops to Little Rock. The Supreme Court decision had been made, but Southern states kept refusing to obey the orders. In the 1960s, civil rights laws were passed. These laws required that schools that did not follow the segregation order would have their federal funds cut off. That's the only reason they said, okay, we'll integrate. And then when they did integrate, they put the Black students through hell. They put them through hell. So the same way we've made ourselves tolerate white America, just deal with white America. Be gentle and soft with white America. Use your inside voice with white America. The same way we made our babies do, so that we could integrate in their motherfucking schools. But at the same time, behind our back, let me tell you, this is what these motherfuckers did, because they did the same thing when our ancestors walked off the plantation. Oh, yeah, we're getting ready to release them. They're coming. They're coming out into society. So what we're going to need to do, we're going to need to have agendas and events and setups, get plans and programs. All across the board, we need to be able to keep control of them. We need to be able to maintain them, to keep them where we want them. So while they were getting ready to free us physically from slavery, they was putting everything into place all across the board, like Neely Fuller said, all areas of life: religion, labor, entertainment, sex, education, medical, everything, food, literature and arts, everything you can think of, every aspect of life, the same way it was with school. Well, before they integrate and they really get in here, we need to start taking some of these lessons that we're teaching white America, because we cannot teach them to Black America. That's how it was. And the way I see it, it gave them time to set up that levee, set up that roadblock, that dam, whatever you want to call it. It gave them time. It bought them just enough time to yank some shit up out of here. And that's why the education system does us no good. Because from the get-go, you can bring a little of this. You can bring Martin. You can bring Benjamin. You can bring a few of them to the curriculum. But you better not bring all of them to the curriculum. It's a game. During the years that followed, much more progress was made in the area of inequality in education. And last was voting. Another area in which Black Americans were being treated unfairly, so unfairly, was that of voting rights. Medgar Evers, you remember Medgar Evers? Fannie Lou Hamer. Blacks have been granted the right to vote by the 15th Amendment, which was passed on March the 30th, 1870, 5 years after being physically free. At the end of the Reconstruction era, however, laws were passed in many states requiring poll taxes and literacy tests in order to keep Black Americans from voting. This is just 5 years after being physically free. Now, why did they go up and set up all these poll taxes and literacy tests, knowing Black America couldn't even read? Because the ancestors that did learn to read, they weren't supposed to. But the throngs of Black people didn't know how to read. So how could they go and vote? The one movie, Jane Pittman, it showed every time they go to vote, they fail, so they go home and study. When they go back, it's 10 more questions on here. But they go home and study. Black people was on it, brilliant. And Black people learned everything every time. But white people kept moving the goalposts. They say that right now. White people kept moving the goalposts. First it was here. When Black people get here, they'll move it back there. When black people get there, they'll move it back there, kept moving it up. That's how they kept doing for the voting. Those that did qualify to vote were often threatened and harassed. As a result, they could not participate in the government in their cities or towns. Therefore, they could not help to change things for themselves. Many Black Americans felt that the time has come. The time has come. It left and it's gonna come around again. Now you tell me if it's time or not for Black America to do for Black America. Somebody, anybody, just tell me. I just want to know. Because if not, what is all of this new awakening for Black America for? Because we missed it coming around the first time because we kept our asses in the burning house. We stayed in the burning house. In other words, we stayed under white America. We did not get away from white America. That's it. And as long as we stay around white America, up under white America, it's going to come around again. Maybe. Because when this new world order rolled out here, I'm trying to figure myself. Hell, is robots actually, is they going to be shooting us? Is that all they can do, hold us? Then his battery died. We can't get away. Can't nobody get it to let go. What the hell is that world going to be like? And who the hell going to tell Black America? Nobody? We just going to act like this right here going to affect everybody. The new world order is going to affect everybody the same way. That's a lie, because ain't nothing affected everybody the same way. Let's read. Many Black Americans felt that the time had come. For too long, they had been second-class citizens. It was time for them to try to make things better for themselves and their children. It ain't saying make things better for America. It's not saying make things better for everyone. It said make things better for themselves and their children. Everything was already better for everyone else. But Black Americans being a loving people, a kind people, so peaceful, helpful, loyal to life itself. I always look out for everybody else. That's why we sacrifice ourselves right today. Right today, we sacrifice ourselves so much. We go all day long, all week long. I ain't even thought, dang, let me drink some water. I ain't even had no water. Just little simple things, necessary things. In January, let's read, you already know. In January of 1965, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. began a voting rights campaign in Selma, Alabama. Civil rights workers went door to door to get Black people to vote. They were often beaten and bullied. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. planned a march to the state capital of Montgomery, Alabama, to inform Governor Wallace about the unfair treatment of Black American voters. He should have told him, your motherfucking people is out here. They goddammit arresting, they killing Black people, beating Black people. Your people, Governor, instead of going up there, we come with nonviolence of what white America is doing to Black America. All of that bullshit bought them some more time to beat and butcher, torture Black America. Now, it's a time to be peaceful. It is a time to be quiet and calm. But not when you're standing up for your rights. Who the hell gonna stand up and say, don't slap me. Don't slap me that hard. Who the fuck gonna say, don't slap me that hard? I love Martin. When he come back, I want to talk to him. I want to ask him. He might be the very one that's initiating this reawakening. Because he said, I fear I led my people in a burning house. All of them trying to get us to wake up. All of them are initiating this reawakening. Them too. Our ancestors that were slaughtered, lynched, skinned, burned, roasted. They all telling Black America. So anyway, they marched to the state capitol to inform the Governor Wallace about the unfair treatment of Black American voters. And should have told their ass, you never should have added poll tax and literacy tests, knowing that Black people were 5 years physically free. So Martin should have let their ass have it. Governor Wallace banned the march. That motherfucker said the march over. Get out. Let's read. Governor Wallace banned the march. But Dr. King and other civil rights workers were determined to carry out their plan. They said, we ain't going nowhere. We ain't going no damn where. On March 7, 1965, 500 marchers set out on the march from Selma to Montgomery. We coming anyway. That's when Martin said, we going to get our check. Is that when Martin said we going to get our check? Because I didn't know. I just caught wind of that, a couple years ago. The Selma police used tear gas. Y'all, they had nightsticks and whips to break up the march. Many marchers were beaten and injured. Newspapers and televisions carried accounts of the inhumane treatment of Black Americans in the South. Oh, after all the media, we've been learning about after all white media telling each other, lynching in 5 days, white woman assaulted, and calling them, beckoning them to come. By this time right here, white America was appalled that white America was doing. Oh my God, we cannot believe white people are doing this. Oh, extra. See, it was a different story then. See, it's a different story by now. Because white people seem like they appalled. Yeah, beating Black people in the South. When? Why? Who? Hundreds of people, both Black people and white people, rushed to Selma to support the marches. Over 2,500 people joined the march. When state troopers blocked their path, the marchers turned away peacefully. President Lyndon Johnson then asked Congress for a bill to protect Black American voters. He also announced that he would send federal troops to Selma to protect the marchers so that they could complete their march to Montgomery. And that was over 75 miles away. You mean to tell me they were going to beat them every step of the way? They were going to beat them down every step of the way. You know they was. Black Americans waited. Finally, Congress acted. In August, Congress passed the 1965 Voting Rights Act. The 1965 Voting Rights Act removed all remaining barriers so that Black Americans could have the right to vote. This act was extended in 1970 and again in 1975. After the passage of the 1975 Voting Rights Act, Black Americans began voting in large numbers. For the first time since Reconstruction, Black Americans were elected to the city, state, and national government positions. Yep. Once again, we were finally getting in position to help us, to do for us. But you know what happened? We were sitting at the wrong table. Let's read. We ain't got but like 3 more stories now. They short, see? They short. 2 for freedom. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., 1929 to 1968. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a Christian minister. He helped to improve living conditions of Black Americans and other minorities. Told you. He taught people to use nonviolent and peaceful means to gain their rights. He traveled throughout the United States organizing marches, boycotts, and sit-ins. He made speeches to change people's hearts and their minds. Wherever he went, he preached nonviolence. In 1957, he organized the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, an organization that worked for educational and economic equality through peaceful means. You ain't got to get rough here, face. You ain't got to get rough here. We're going to get it done. Using nonviolence, we're going to get it done. Peaceful antics. We're going to get, and patience. That was Martin's way. Martin Luther King. He truly was a king. Dr. Martin had 3 heroes that helped to mold his way of life. They were Martin Luther, the man for whom he was named, Henry David Thoreau, Thoreau, and Mohandas Gandhi. From their lives and teachings, Dr. King learned that nonviolent action was the best way to change old laws and customs. One of the highlights of the Civil Rights era was the March on Washington, in which Dr. King led 250,000 people to the Lincoln Memorial to demand immediate freedom. Let me read that again. One of the highlights of the Civil Rights era, y'all, was the March on Washington, in which Dr. King led 250,000 people. Can you imagine so many people? To the Lincoln Memorial to demand immediate freedom, justice, and equality for Black America. All of Black Americans. Not some of us, not the educated of us, not the talented of us, not those that done became a success story because they can they in sports. They can sing and dance. He said for all Americans, every last one of us. There, right there. That's where he made that I have a dream speech that we know was a nightmare. But I digress. In April 1968, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee, at the Lorraine Hotel. But his memory lives on in the hearts and minds of all Americans. We love him because he tried to wake us up when he woke up. In 1983, President Ronald Reagan signed a law that stated that the third Monday in January would be observed nationally as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Today, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day is observed by people throughout the United States. On this day, they honor a man who spent much of his life helping to make things better for thousands of Americans. Then we have Ida B. Wells. Ida Wells Barnett. Ida B. Wells, that was her name. Ida Wells Barnett. 1869 to 1931. Ida Wells Barnett was born in Holly Springs, Mississippi. She was a bright child who learned to read at an early age. Told you. When both of her parents died in a yellow fever epidemic, Ida had the sole responsibility of raising 7 children. When she was 14 years old, she began teaching in a small country school. She later attended Fisk University in Nashville, Tennessee. When she refused to give up her seat in a railroad car that said whites only, she was fired from her teaching job. She then moved to Memphis, Tennessee. While there, 3 of her friends were lynched. When she spoke out against the lynchings, she was compelled to flee the city because she knew they were going to get her. She was down south too. When she spoke out against what they were doing, they lynched her friends and stuff. She knew they were going to get her. She must have been very powerful. She was. So she did that and she left, went to Chicago. In Chicago, baby, in Chicago, she began speaking and writing about all the awful things. Yeah, she was telling everything about the injustice of lynching. She didn't spare nothing and nobody because they needed to know. She gathered all the records of the number of lynchings of Black Americans in the South. Ida B. Wells did. See, when she left, she knew what she was going to do. She knew what she had to do. They thought when she left, it was over. Oh, I bet they were looking for her for probably a few days, a few weeks. Oh, where's the lady? The big mouth lady. Because they wanted to do her like they did Mary Turner. See, remember when Mary Turner was out in the courtyard and she was saying she wanted to know who killed her husband and she was going to have them prosecuted. She wanted the highest justice for killing her husband. And the white folks, she was 8 months pregnant. And the white folks, oh no, who is this loud woman? Claiming that she going to get justice for her husband. And they chased that woman and found her, beat her, shot her, killed her, and hung her by her ankles and cut the baby out of her. So they were looking for Ida. But Ida had left. She did what she did, said what she said, and she left, went to Chicago. But you know they were looking for her. Yeah, they had plans for her. The motherfuckers. She gathered all the records of the number of lynchings of Black Americans in the South, and she went to Chicago, honey. The figures were staggering. Y'all, she used this information in speeches that she made throughout the United States and England. And you know they were pissed. I bet they were saying, if only we could have got hold of her. Somebody recognized her. Oh, remember that big mouth lady in Memphis? And we were trying to find her, and they said she left. Oh, she's all over the country now. Yeah, that's how Ida was. Ida B. Wells. In 1898, she led a delegation to Washington to see President McKinley to protest lynching. That same year, she was appointed Secretary of the National Afro-American Council. In 1910, she was one of the co-founders of the NAACP, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. Ida B. Wells. See, we have so many great people of ours that loved us, that was loyal to us. They didn't sell us out. They didn't excuse the motherfuckers that was harming us, hurting us, maiming us, murdering us. They did not sell us out. Real heroes of the South. This is it, y'all. This is it. I know, but you're going to see me again tonight. Real heroes of the South. One day, declared Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the South will recognize its real heroes. On Sunday, November 5th, 1989, these prophetic words spoken by Dr. King came true. Families and friends of the real heroes of the South gathered near the Southern Poverty Law Center building in Montgomery, Alabama, to dedicate a memorial to the 40 brave men, women, and children, both they were Black and white, who were slain during the Civil Rights Movement between 1954 and 1968. Mrs. Rosa Parks spoke first. This was quite fitting because her action in refusing to give up her seat and move to the back of the bus had started the modern civil rights era. Then Julian Bond, a veteran civil rights worker, spoke. Members of the families of the slain victims spoke of their loss of their loved ones and the hurt and the pain that they had experienced because of losing them. I told y'all it hurt. The Civil Rights Memorial stands only a few blocks from the Montgomery State Capitol building. Just behind it stands the Dexter Avenue Baptist Church, where Dr. King preached, and he led his people in the civil rights struggle. The church has recently been named the King Memorial Baptist Church. The memorial itself is a circular black table of granite stone. The names of the slain civil rights heroes and events of the civil rights movement radiate from its center like the hands of a clock. Water emerges from an opening in the center of the table and spreads evenly and slowly across its face. On a curved 9-foot wall behind the table are inscribed the often quoted words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., taken from the biblical book of Amos. Until justice rolls down like water and righteousness like a mighty stream. A thin sheet of water flows gently over those inscribed words. Until justice rolls down like water and righteousness like a mighty stream. I'm going to put these things on my bucket list. Those who visit the memorial can touch the names of the slain heroes and see a reflection of themselves in the water. This is quite fitting because the Civil Rights Memorial was not built solely to honor the dead, but also to remind the living of the history of the Civil Rights Movement. Some of the names that appear on the memorial are well known, such as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Medgar Evers. Other names such as Wallace Jackson, that's Warlest, and white postal worker William Lewis Moore are lesser known, but all are the real heroes of the South. I want to say before I forget, William Lewis Moore must have had the mindset of John Brown. And there were white people that had, empathy and sympathy. They knew. And that's because they knew that's a man. They knew that's a man. That's why they spoke up. That's why they spoke up. But we did it. Oh, but I wanted to say, in my opinion, probably I'm the only one that even think this, and it might be slightly wrong, so hear me out. The inscription on, they said that the inscription, until justice rolls down like water and righteousness like a mighty stream, it should have said, injustice to one is injustice to all. That's how I paraphrase what he said, because I don't think he said it exactly like that. Because white America needed to know. He said it, but they forgot. They probably thought he was talking to us. But see, Martin was saying injustice to one is injustice to all. What's done to us, the oppression, it's not done to other people on this level. We know that. But injustice is coming to all. Everybody getting some of this oppression now. Everybody getting some of this oppression now. They feel it. That's why they're saying, Black America, we need your help. Let's be one. Let's work together. Black America can't do that no more. We got to save us. We got to work together with us. We got to heal us. Until white America, until everyone knows and acknowledges that we ain't had no healing, the healing that we need, don't ask us to come and be with y'all. Don't ask us to come and let's work together. Don't ask us. See, they don't think we know that mankind needs saving and humanity needs saving. It's two different lives. Mankind is one and humanity is another. We are humanity because of the healing. That's who we saving. That's it and that's all. Whose side are you on? But we finished it. Look, y'all, we have finished 3 books. We finished Red Summer, The Summer of 1919, and The Awakening of Black America. We finished Racial Violence in Kentucky, 1965 to 1940, and we finished this. And then, it also had the paper pamphlets to this right here. We are so, I can't even explain it. I love this. I love us. What we learning that we won't ever get anywhere else. Oh, I'm so excited for us. This is a new day. Yes, it's a new day, and it's for Black America. Every day that sun rises up there, it's for Black America. Who does the sun energize? Tell me that. Who does the sun energize? Now, I'm sure John Brown had some good times in the sun. I'm sure he had some good times in the sun. He probably stayed out of it when he knew it was the hottest. But the sun is up there for us. Don't forget that. Don't forget that, okay? Yeah, well, I'm running late because I said I was going to be late, but oh fucking well. This is the priority now. This is the priority now. The good and the bad. The good and the bad. It's our priority now. This is our lifestyle. This is my lifestyle. I'm here like I am. If you don't want to be here like I am, then fine. Go get yours like you is. And then we'll come over there sometime. Because, see, we all different. We all learning different, and we all going to teach us different. Because, see, I know y'all teaching me. I know when I get home and read them comments, I got to get some more notebooks. Because, see, everything that y'all teaching me, I'm going to build up the curriculum. We're going to build it together. Yep. And I ain't got to be the only reading teacher, but that's about all I know how to do. I can help you out, math teacher, too. Sometimes if you be like, hey, I won't be to class today. Who can do math? Hey, I can work with a little math. We need all of this. I'm willing to do it. I don't know about everybody else, but I know one thing. If you ain't willing to do it, if you ain't on their side, then yeah, you in the wrong class. Go find somebody else to be with and stuff. But I love y'all, and I got to get out of here, but I will see y'all later. Peace and power to the people. And yeah, go ahead and get you a book. Read some to our babies and stuff. Just a little small book that ain't too heavy for them, and just get their mind to thinking. Because, they're going to be like, that happened? Yeah, it happened, baby. They so wonderful and stuff. They are so gifted, so talented. I don't like to say the word blessed. I don't. I know, yeah. Maybe I say they so favored. I don't know. But that blessed thing, I think the language of the whole curse anyway. Don't be blessing me, talking about bless you. No, that's all right. I'll do my own self. That's why when I sneeze and cough or something, I just be like prosperity. You know, I got me. You know, everybody in the room talking about bless you. I'm the only one in there talking prosperity. And then everybody look at me like I'm crazy. No, I'm not crazy. Everybody else motherfucking asses is crazy. Because they got that, what, Dracomania? What they call it? Dracotomania. Yep, Dracotomania is not when you want to leave the plantation. It's when your ass want to stay on the plantation. See? Reverse psychology. And that's a thick book too. And I ain't got but one. But see, we gonna get this together. Yeah, this is a school. Just look at it like Mary McLeod Bethune. We learned about her. Y'all remember she went and started that school with $1.50. She went and started her school with $1.50. And she did started doing some works and stuff because she had to get up her little supplies and, you know, and get things prepared for her first few students. But she only started out with $1.50. It was cheaper then and stuff. She probably went and bought some little tablets or some little notebooks, some little bitty, tiny pencils. You know how the library got them little short pencils? She probably went and got some little small pencils that you got to really get down with. You know, they were just a nudge, but that $1.50, it grew. And so, yeah, hey, let's take our $1.50. And yeah, but I love y'all and I'll see y'all later. Peace and power to our people. I'm going to sing to y'all too. Yeah, I got some songs. I love to sing to us. Yep, I love to sing to my people because, you know, all the music, it was a message. Before all of this bullshit, but I'm going to say this, then I'm going to go. But all of our music was a message to us. Go back and check it out. I like my mama music and stuff. Go back and check out our music because that was the love. Yeah, that's why white folks took it and stuff with their roguish asses.